Shut the fuck up, bitch. This fool podcast is on.
Cheers, bro, even though
No Bruce
we don't got no
today.
Bruce today.
Yeah, it's a fucking Wednesday. Fucking Neanderthals were not drinking, getting drunk on a Wednesday.
It was always weird, like, working at Levi's. Some fools would be like, let's go drink, or like, let's go smoke, and I'd be like, bro,
Yeah.
it's like fucking Tuesday, dog, you know?
Yeah, fucking. I don't want to out his name, but I know he watches, or I think he watches sometimes. Fucking T, shout out T. That fool one time, I think it was after work. That fool said, "Hey, you down to go get a beer?" I'm like, bro, it's fucking like it's Monday night. What do you mean? Like we're going to work right now.
That
Or
shit was-
I think he got beers at that Ruby's Diner that was next door.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they would sell
During
beers
lunch,
there.
though.
Yeah. That's what I did on my last day. Like, on my lunch or on my break, I want to go have a brew at fucking Ruby's real quick.
Oh, sick ass fool.
Yeah, with D-Homie. Shout out to D-Homie. I don't know if that fool watches this shit or not, but shout out to that fool.
But yeah, all right. Cheers to you, my boy. How's it been so far?
Pretty good, bro. It's fucking today's Wednesday. Dynamite was today. Fucking
Ooh.
Hardy Boys were on it. I was gonna wear my fucking Hardy Boys pendant and shit.
Did you ever get into the whole fishnet shirt that they had on?
Not
That
the
Jeff always wears.
Nah, like I think if I was born in like the '80s, I probably would have gotten into it. But I was born in the '90s, and then like in 2000, that shit was on its way out. By the time I started choosing my own clothes, it was on its way out, or it had been on
It's
its
already
way
been
out.
on its way out. Yeah. The only fools are hanging on to are the fools that grew up with that shit.
And
Oh my God.
but I fucked with like the little hand sleeves and shit, and I actually have some like they were never like they never looked legit like his where he actually cut them himself, but it was like some WWE, manufactured in China sleeves and shit. He had me like a sticker on it and shit like that. But it was cool. I fuck with Jeff Hardy.
I feel like it's by law. Anytime you hear the song, you have to stop what you're doing. Just fucking start. um, but yeah, how about this WrestleMania build up? You got any? Okay, well, first of all, you saw
Damn.
Dynamite. So anything special happen on Dynamite?
Damn, bro, you know what? The fucking stream I was watching today fucked me up, bro. One of the things that got me back to watching Dynamite was the return of CM Punk.
Hmm.
And ever since then, I've been watching fucking Dynamite Weekly and shit. So I look forward to fucking CM Punk. I got this fucking shortcut. I've been using the shortcuts on my iPhone. Do you fuck with the shortcuts thing? You can actually program to do a lot of shit. So I have this shortcut where I click on it and like the fucking nano leaves in my fucking room turn to like I have the lights that I bring to the studio sometimes hooked onto my TV, so it mirrors whatever's on TV. So like I got like the whole fucking setup going on and shit. And it looks like fucking I'm there at Dynamite, but the stream fucking was on the USA channel. Someone thought that we were gonna watch Raw. It's like, bro, it's fucking Wednesday today, so I missed the whole Dynamite intro, which is a banger. I missed the CM Punk intro, was a banger, and that shit the time these was fixed to stream, that shit was like 7 minutes in. I was heated. I was gonna go watch it on the Mexican channel, on the Mexican cable, but one of my family members was using that shit, so I don't want to kick him out.
You should change that fool to 101 for that shit.
For the cable box. One of the things that I like about the Mexican cable is not only do they show a lot of shit for free, but for Dynamite, here like in the USA, they'll go to commercial break, but they'll show it in picture.
Hmm.
But the Mexican cable, they just show everything. They don't go to picture in picture. They just keep showing whatever here in the States would be on picture in picture, but in Mexico, or at least a cable, they just keep showing it. And it's weird hearing the commentators say like, "Oh, like we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, but don't go anywhere because you can see it in picture," and then like nothing happens. The game is still on the TV, and then the commentators just keep going with it. Like they don't say like. They don't just like take a sip of water or anything. They just keep talking like, oh, here we see CM Punk, with a bulldog. They keep going even after they announce that they're gonna go on commercial break. So it's cool seeing shit like behind the scenes.
If you could have one job in the professional business of wrestling,
That wasn't
would you rather be a
wrestling?
GM or would you rather be a commentator?
So I couldn't wrestle. Like I have to be. I don't know. I feel like I'd be a commentator. I feel like it'd be cool.
Commentator seems lit.
Yeah.
Talk that shit from the table.
Talk that shit from the table. Yeah, because if it was a GM, you only come out with the fool who you're
Yeah.
the GM, and if that was whacked, then like you're whacked by association. So if you're a fucking
Yeah, I mean, you could have a Teddy Long thing going on where you're kind of like really in the mix. I feel like Teddy was always in the mix with everything that was going on.
that fool was a general manager. Oh, that's what you said, right?
GM.
General manager. My bad. I thought you meant like a manager of like some food, like how
No, like a GM.
like Paul Heyman to Brock Lesnar or to Roman
Yeah.
Reigns.
No, well, if you want to do that, but would you rather be a GM like Teddy Long or Eric Bischoff, or would you rather be a
I'd
commentator?
rather be a commentator.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I feel like in pro wrestling, the general manager roles should disappear for a long time.
Oh, you don't think they should exist?
Not that they shouldn't exist, but they shouldn't have like such a fucking big role. Like I don't
Mm,
want to see that fool out in the ring giving like a
yeah.
10 minute like say that shit for the wrestlers, bro. Like just put to the social media, put a picture on Instagram, you thumbs up saying how good was Dynamite. You feel me? Like I don't want you
I
taking up TV time. Like Teddy Long, I remember one time they did the storyline where he was gonna marry like Alicia Fox or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Like Dick, I don't need to see that, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm here to
Like
see
we get it, bro.
wrestling.
You're old and horny. Like we
Yeah,
don't need to
yeah.
see that.
I'm here to see wrestling, not so this old man try and get a nut on this fucking young girl. You get me? Like I get it,
Get a
she's
nut
hot,
on
but
camera and off
yeah,
camera.
you feel me? I'm
Uh,
here to see wrestling is what I'm trying to get at.
I have an unpopular opinion. For as long as I can remember, I've genuinely never been a fan of the segments on WWE when they used to do the talk shows.
It depends
never liked
which
them.
one they were.
Like even still, like I see clips of that guy that's on AEW that does that shit, who's the rip off Miz that CM Punk told her, or like the failed version of Miz. I was
MJF.
watching some on YouTube the other day. I was like, this shit, I don't like it. And then I was watching the old shit on Chris Jericho's thing, and then the KO show. I'm like, I don't like any of this. I generally don't like the talk show thing.
Here's the thing though, like you have to do the talk show thing.
Oh,
Or
they have to be a part of the show.
not necessarily. They have like you need segments, you need backstage interviews, you need people to fucking talk, cause that's how you set yourself apart from everyone. Cause you can have like the fucking cool moves and shit, but if you can't like talk, that's like a big limiting factor in pro wrestling. Cause you fools want to put you on like Good Morning America, and if you're right there illiterate as fuck, they're not gonna send you there. I mean, you need to be able to talk, express yourself, send the
They
message.
find
Be
out
like,
you have a third
say
grade
I'm
fucking
the
reading
champion.
level.
Yeah, yeah. You feel me? It can't be right there like, oh, you're the champion. How does it feel? And you're like, well, I mean, it feels great. You're like, nah, they want to be like, you know what? Yeah, I've been on this journey. I knew I was a man since day one, and I'm here on Good Morning America flexing my title. Like, I'm about to smoke a blunt, get 10 bad bitches after this shit. I feel great. You feel me?
I don't feel like, but that's the thing. I don't feel like a show really does that. I think that's part of the company's responsibility to make sure that they give you those fucking uh, acting coaches that can help you fucking create a persona. I think a
Yeah,
lot
that's
of
what. But that's how you get it across. You get it across. You get that persona across by
you
like,
can't get it just from shooting promos.
yeah, but like the talk show. I mean,
Look, personally speaking, I don't care if they ever do another talk show. Like that would be my preference because
are
I
we talking
don't
about
like any
talk
of them.
shows or like promos?
No. Okay, no. Promos.
You're
Okay,
talking about
let's
like
define
Miz.
it right now.
You're talking about like Miz TV and
Yeah,
like
I don't like any of those skits.
and like
I
the
do
Chris
not like
Jericho,
them.
like the highlight reel.
I do not like them. I've never liked them. Not Chris Jericho from back in the day. Not nothing. None of them. I've never liked any of them. Especially when Edge and Lita had that whole shit going on and they had that live sex thing.
That was wild.
That shit was
You
wild.
got to see Lita's titties from that, so I guess we got something good out of it.
I don't remember it though. But I've never been a fan of those type of segments on WWE. I love when they just do promos or like CM Punk. Granted, I watched it way later, but CM Punk's like pipe bomb. I like those type of promos. I do not like the interview show skits.
You know what? I think Miz TV is a good one. There's a few exceptions out there. Miz TV tends to be generally good. But I think that's just Miz. He's just a really good heel.
Maybe yeah.
Because the Chris Jericho, the highlight reel, I never really fuck with that one. And then what else is there?
Was that the one who was screaming at everyone? You made the list, or you just made the list?
No,
Which one was that one?
this is like way back.
No,
like
the highlight reel
2005.
is old, but which
The
one's the
highlight
one
reel.
where you said like, oh, you just made the list?
That,
There's-
that
oh, it was the
that
highlight
was-
reel?
No. That was like recently, like
Yeah.
2015.
Okay.
Yeah, and Piper's Pit was a good one, but this was like an old ass one. I don't know. There are some trash ones, but I mean, I think it just depends what the segment.
I guess
is.
I wouldn't mind unless it was like something backstage that they were doing. Like if they had like set up studios, like makeshift studios, pop ups or whatever in the back, like Piper's Pit or whatever. It's just the fact of it being in the ring seems so dumb to me. I
don't
never
know.
liked it.
I feel like it depends the way it's executed and shit. Cause some of them are real good. Some of them are trash. Some of them are like a waste of time.
I don't know. just watching it's like it's just like you could tell it wants to be its own thing, but the fact that it's being put into a ring, it's like I'm only gonna expect two things to happen. I'm gonna expect a weird promo to happen, or I'm gonna expect someone crashing, then you fools just duke it out in the ring, and someone's gonna get thrown into the ropes, and that's it. Like there's no need for the ropes there then if it's just an interview shit.
I think it's just been overdone and done where it's unnecessary.
Probably that too. It's oversaturated.
Because like, how many times have we seen a contract signing? It's like I know these people are just gonna get down at the contract signing.
Exactly.
There's never been a contract signing where they just sign in. They're like, yeah, bro, I'll see you at the pay per view.
Yeah, you have CM Punk doing his contract signing with fucking Vince McMahon. I'm like, I know this was gonna slap him right now.
Someone's gonna get power bombed to the table in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we've seen that spot over and over and over again. So I think it's just because we've seen the segments a lot, but some of them are necessary. Like you need the backstage promos.
Okay, but who's a
interviews.
necessary interview thing? That interview set that they do, who's necessary? Like you for sure can't erase that from history.
What do you mean, like the one that just said like the Chris Jericho highlight reel?
Yeah.
TV.
Like, do you think any of those legitimately needed to happen? Because my thing is like
Well-
they're so good at talking. I don't think they need that.
Well, you know what? I think those are the ones that like are memorable because the ones that were trash I probably don't remember. So there's probably some segments out there that you know were fucking horrible, and I don't remember them for the benefit of everyone. But you know, I think Miss TV and the highlight reels are pretty good, but not all of them. I mean, you're not gonna have a banger. But yeah, like I feel like that's just like filler TV and shit. I mean, unless it's like a hot feud.
Filler. Hate that word. That shit has left this sour taste in my mouth with anime. I fucking hate filler. But I get it. I get it I get why they're doing it. I just don't agree with it. Like, I just don't think it's needed. And that's probably the hill I'm willing to die on.
Yeah, I mean it's not needed. You can just do the same thing in a backstage interview, how they would have like the set of Raw,
Or
the
even
set
if
of
they just
SmackDown.
transferred that shit in the ring to backstage, I would probably be more okay with that. Because
Yeah.
at least like it makes sense to exist back there. It doesn't make sense to me because they're going through all this trouble of dragging all that shit onto the stage, setting it up just for that shit to get destroyed in 5 minutes. Like,
What
why,
about like
though?
the weddings? Like WWE had, I don't know how many weddings they
Stupid.
fucking
I'm telling
had.
you, there's just certain things
And it
that
was
don't
in
make
the ring.
sense in the ring. In the context of the ring. Like the Edge and Lita thing. The only thing that saved that.
That was like a heel move though. Like, hey, I
No,
just
I
won
know.
the
Yeah,
world
yeah.
title and I'm about to fuck
That's
this
fine.
bitch
He's
right
like,
here.
that's the ultimate heel thing I've
Yeah.
ever seen. Especially because it happened in real life too.
He-
So that's
and-
what made it fucking even crazier.
Yeah.
But the thing with that saved it, that I will save that for criticism, is the fact that he wanted to publicize it to rub it in everyone's face that he is the heel and he stole the girl and he's the ultimate bad guy, kind
Yeah.
of. That's what made it. That one makes sense to me. That makes sense because he wanted to publicize it.
Are we talking about like just sets in the ring or just segments in general?
Like
where-
the set things in the ring.
okay.
Okay, so like when Stone Cold and The Rock are having their promo 5 minutes back and forth, like, what? And like fucking Rock's being like, don't hit me, the what? You know, they had that little shit they were shooting back and forth.
Yeah.
That's fine. Those promos, I never have any issue with them because that for sure cannot exist. Wrestling cannot exist with, or at least sports entertainment can't exist without those promos.
even in pro wrestling, you need promos like that.
Exactly,
this
you
shit
need
talking.
it.
Yeah.
You need it. My argument is that you do not need a wedding in the ring. You do not need a fucking interview show in the ring. They can work backstage. You will give more depth to the whole thing. It's
Yeah.
like there's too much focus in the ring. Like, let me see shit more backstage. Like when I saw the backstage Raws, oh, I love those shits.
Those
Show me
cool.
shit outside the ring that's happening like in real life.
Yeah, like when those fools get down on the parking lot and shit.
Yeah, and then and then like the other wrestlers are gathered around in a circle,
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like, hey, now let them squabble it out.
Yeah,
Then you
yeah.
got fucking Eddie Guerrero fucking frog splashing onto a fucking limo and shit.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
you have fucking Brock Lesnar that what did he just do recently? He just ripped someone's fucking door off or
Oh, yeah,
some shit.
Roman
Yeah,
Reigns' door.
like that type of shit is cool.
It's cool. Yeah.
I just do not like seeing interview sets, weddings, that type of shit in the ring. At least put those shits in the back. Then, if you really can't get rid of them, then
Yeah.
throw them in the back. They don't need to happen in
yeah.
the ring.
But that's like more like a WWE soap opera. You don't really see that outside of WWE.
Okay, that's the thing with the soap opera too. Is like there's just some shit that's just too fucking bonkers. That's kind of like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the JBL thing when he was like at the border and he was kicking Mexicans?
Oh my god, yeah.
That shit was
Just 'cause
funny
he was
because
feuding
it's like,
with-
what
with
the
Eddie
fuck is
Guerrero.
going on?
Yeah.
It made the world feel bigger for what it was.
And then they had like a family that was supposedly crossing the border and shit.
Yeah,
Oh
and he
my
caught them and shit.
God.
He was Covington before Covington.
He was Trump before Trump.
He was Trump before Trump. That shit was crazy. Um, but like sticking to the realm of wrestling, and I feel like I could just go on a tangent with this, but we gotta keep it moving. Do you have any predictions for WrestleMania? Because I don't even know what the fuck's going on in terms of story. I do not know what titles are on the line. I'm assuming mostly all of them are probably on the line. And yeah, like, do you
Well,
know what's going on? Do you know like what the showstopper is?
well, we
Is
can
it this fucking
luckily
overdone rivalry already?
age of the internet. We can look at the WWE website. um, this
Are they
Saturday
gonna
and
become
Sunday.
unified or and undisputed?
Well, it says here it's a unification match, but that means like you're gonna merge both titles into one. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think they know what that shit really means. You feel me? So that's on Sunday. Let me see if it shows the difference in days. It does not. All right. So we have Saturday. We have the SmackDown Women's Championship match between Ronda Rousey and Charlotte. I don't know if you saw this shit about Ronda Rousey I sent you the other day, where it was like it was her giving a promo. And she was like, "I'm going to be the SmackDown Women's World Champion." She was like, "SmackDown Women's Champion, Women's Smack." She couldn't know how to say it. And she was like, "Why do we got to say women's in it anyway?" She was right there like rambling and shit. But anyways, I'm not a fan of Ronda Rousey. I actually don't mind if Charlotte wins, but I think
What's your prediction?
I
Let's
think
let's fire our predictions for each of these
I think
matches.
Ronda Rousey's gonna win. They didn't bring her back just to lose, so Ronda
Makes
Rousey's gonna
sense.
win on that one. Raw Women's Champion between Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is the current champion. This one can go either way, but I'm gonna say Bianca Belair is gonna win.
Hmm.
I think she's gonna win. I think Becky Lynch beat her at this year's SummerSlam, last year's SummerSlam actually, in like 15 seconds and shit. Becky Lynch just came back, surprise entrance. I think we might have even been watching it, and so yeah, she won the world title in like 15 seconds. So I think Bianca Belair is gonna get one over on her again. We have a match that I didn't even know was taking place. Fatal four way for the women's tag team championship. Sasha Banks, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan versus Natalia, Shayna Baszler, sorry, and Carmella and Queen Selena. I will probably not be watching this match, so
You're not gonna be watching it?
I'll probably be rolling a blunt, uh, just getting another beer. I don't know.
Mm.
No disrespect to these women, but I mean like Sasha Banks, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Natalia, Shayna Baszler, maybe not Carmella, Queen Selena. She's good. All these women should be doing something individually. Like they're not using them to their full potential. Like this is just lazy. A fatal four way for the women's tag team match. I just feel like this is just like let's just get everyone on the card.
Mhm.
You feel me? Like we didn't have nothing for these people to do, so we just threw them in a four way. So no disrespect to these women, they're fucking great competitors, but this is just lazy way of booking them. WWE should do better. Next, SmackDown tag team match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Do you know who Rick Boogs is? I'm a big fan of Rick Boogs.
Why do I feel like I should know who that is?
He's a swole guy. I would like to work out with him one day. This guy right here plays the motherfucking guitar.
Is he a wrestler or is he a celebrity doing
He's
the
a
wrestling?
wrestler.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, that fool just fucking plays his own anthem on his way to the ring. Plays his own anthem before he's about to whip that ass. And he can press like a fuck ton of weight, so he's pretty cool. So him and Nakamura are gonna take on the Usos. I think the Usos gonna win. The Usos are you know who the Usos are, right?
Yeah.
So I think the Usos are gonna win. Yeah, I think the Usos are gonna win
Hmm.
because I think Roman is gonna win.
Makes
So
sense.
I think the next night
Got to
on
keep the
Raw.
tribal shit
Yeah,
going.
so I think the tribe is gonna walk out all the gold. And then apparently this is gonna close the show, but it's not listed on here as that way. But apparently the KO show is gonna fucking close the show with
See,
Stone
that's what I'm
Cold Steve
talking
Austin.
about. The
I,
KO show. What the why?
First of all, KO has never had a KO show. I think this might be the first ever segment of the fucking KO show. So I don't know. I guess WWE thinks we're too dumb. Like they need a show for some reason. I don't know. So the KO show is Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then we have Rey Mysterio, the Mysterios, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio against the Miz and Logan Paul.
Why?
Exactly why? I I don't know. I don't understand why we have these. Why we have Logan Paul, and then like the women right here, how to do these fucking fatal 4-way tag team match. I just don't get it. It's lazy fucking.
So I'm assuming we're both thinking Mysterios are gonna win.
I don't know.
I'm going to claim that I'm gonna call it. They're gonna win. Probably not gonna be that eventful though, considering that only one of them is a wrestler on the opposing side. The other one's just some dipshit.
I don't know because Logan Paul, as I hate to say, is undefeated in boxing. So if I'm Logan Paul, I'm saying, hey, bro.
Wait, he's undefeated in boxing.
Yeah,
Logan Paul?
yeah, undefeated against Mayweather, against.
But there was no. That was an exhibition.
I mean, there was
no winner in that
yeah,
one.
exactly. This is an asterisk. But if I'm Logan Paul, I'm saying, hey Vince, I just fucking box Mayweather. I can't be losing to the Mysterios. But this can go either way. But I mean, I don't really want to watch this shit. I wish the Mysterios were doing something else instead. I wish they were wrestling each other. That'd be fucking sick as fuck. But anyways, moving on. I don't want to talk about the powerfuls.
He's 0-1.
Oh, okay. 0-1. 0-1. But that's like the professional.
Yeah, apparently he's 0-1.
He can't be 0-1. He went into a draw, or you know what? I think there was no winner in the fucking Mayweather one.
No, that's what I'm saying. As an exhibition, there was no winner at all.
Anyways, fuck that fool. Hopefully he loses.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why are we bringing these dumb? I hate the argument that it's bringing eyes to the crowd. 'Cause, like, it's bringing the wrong set of fucking eyes. We're bringing in fucking dumbasses that also don't fucking give a fuck about this shit, and they just want to watch their favorite dumbass YouTuber fucking wrestle.
Yeah.
And you know he's gonna be stiff as fuck. You know he's not gonna be selling shit, or he's gonna oversell, and it's gonna be like, damn, this is why AEW is doing better than WWE, because they're doing stupid shit like this. And this is WrestleMania. This is even like some like backlash. Or
You could do this shit. Yeah, you could do this shit on Raw.
This is probably the worst time to fucking do that.
You can do it on Raw. Raw's viewership has been low as fuck. You can have Logan Paul on Raw.
I will say this: the only time that shit would have worked, putting Logan Paul in, is if they had him wrestling already on Raw or SmackDown, whatever the fuck, and having him build up to this. Like, if you try to actually build a rivalry between them, this will make sense to happen. But the fact that this is just, hey, guess what? We're having Logan Paul on the fucking card. Why?
Yeah, I don't fuck with it either. Next match, Seth Rollins against a mystery opponent.
The Rock calling it.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be The Rock.
John Moxley?
It's not going to be John Moxley. But it is going to be someone from AEW. I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot he signed with WWE already.
I think that's how they introduce him. At least that's what my sources are telling me.
Your sources?
I think he's gonna return there. So that has a potential to be a banger. Seth Rollins against fucking against Cody. That has a potential to be a banger. And then we have another match. I don't know why it's taking place. Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. Just the name Happy Corbin pisses me off. Drew McIntyre.
Wait, so who do you think is gonna win between Seth Rollins and the most
Cody?
likely Cody Rhodes?
Cody has to win. You can't bring that fool back and have that fool lose like that. If he loses all momentum. Like, this shit is a big story of him leaving AEW and coming to.
Oh, they're
WWE.
working into his WWE storyline. You think?
Oh yeah,
How do you explain it though? Because they want to acknowledge shit outside WWE.
He's coming back as like the American Nightmare because he left WWE being Stardust. He would dress up like Goldust in a way.
That shit was stupid.
It was stupid. So if they bring him back as Stardust, that just kills all momentum Cody has.
Just
all
like way to bury that shit. Right
yeah,
away.
exactly. And same thing happens if you have him lose to Rollins. So I think Cody's going over. Next match, McIntyre, Happy Corbin. Another match. I don't know why it's going on. I'm going with McIntyre. And then we have Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods against Sheamus and Ridge Holland. Another match. Why? You can have this is like an episode of Raw. So
yeah, exactly. Like, none of these matches are screaming WrestleMania.
Yeah, besides the women, actually, besides the SmackDown Women's Championship match and the Raw Women's Championship match, those are the only ones that are screaming WrestleMania to me, which is Ronda Rousey, Charlotte, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, and Seth Rollins, Cody. That's a WrestleMania match for sure. But all these other ones, this Nakamura match, this Mysterio Logan Paul match, the McIntyre Corbin and Kofi Kingston Sheamus. You can just get rid of those. No disrespect to those fools, but I mean, like, why? Sunday, we have starting from the bottom. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. Why? Pat McAfee is the former punter of the Colts, and he's a commentator on SmackDown. But why? Why is he Why is he wrestling
Who's
at
taking the dub,
WrestleMania?
Pat?
I think he's taking the dub. You have Bobby Lashley versus
Wait, did you say
Omos.
between Kofi Kingston and Sheamus? Did you say who's taking the dub? Do we even care?
I would say Sheamus and Rich Holland because they're a new tag team. So if you're really serious about them, you gotta have them win over the New Day.
Oh, okay.
The New Day can lose as many times as
And
you want them to lose. They're not gonna lose any momentum. People fucking love the New Day, and myself included.
McIntyre and Corbin.
McIntyre is winning. I don't know why he's wrestling Corbin. Corbin is a good wrestler, but that was kind of been established as like I don't want to say a jobber because he's not a jobber, but kind of he gets other people over, but not at a jobber level. I don't know. He's kind of a jobber, kind of not. But McIntyre is going over. I know. And then the next one I say Sheamus and Rich Holland. So going back to Sunday, we just went over Saturday. Sunday, we got Pat McAfee, Austin Theory. I think Pat McAfee wins this match. Next, we got Bobby Lashley against Omos.
Bobby.
I don't know. Bobby Lashley just lost the world title in the chamber because he got a concussion. I think he did get a concussion. It looked pretty bad.
Oh, you don't think they're gonna let Bobby take it?
So I don't know if Bobby's gonna win. I think Omos is gonna take it. They seem to be pretty high on him. But that's gonna be an interesting match because he's not like a wrestler. He's kind of like the Great Khali, although not as slow and not so much uncoordinated. But I think he wins. Next, this is a WrestleMania match. Potential on paper to be a banger, 5-star banger. One of the greatest matches of all time. The phenomenal one, AJ Styles taking on Edge.
The rated R superstar.
The rated R superstar Edge. I think that shit. Whew, hopefully, it lives up to the hype. I'm going with I don't know, Styles. What do you think? This shit can go either way. It can go either
That's
way,
what I
and
was
I
gonna
won't be
say. I
mad.
feel like it could be either or, but I don't know. I guess it depends. Like who's been having the streak going on right now? Who's been kind of more in the spotlight?
Edge because he just recently returned.
Oh, that's why I'm thinking. Like I would assume it would have been Edge. But yeah, it can go either or, and like I don't think any fans will really be that disappointed.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a hell of a match, then sure. But I'm based off WWE logic. I'm just going to assume whoever is returning, which would be Edge, or whoever is having that push right now, is the one to take it. So I'm just gonna go with logic on this WWE world, and I'm gonna just say Edge. If he doesn't, that'd be interesting.
If they're planning on doing something with Edge, like a world title win, then I go with Edge. But I think in the long run, you're going to get more years out of AJ Styles than you are going to get out of Edge. So if I had to choose, I'm going with AJ Styles.
Or I wouldn't be surprised. It's gonna be some crazy shit like AJ Styles wins by disqualification.
I'm
or
going to be
some
fucking
shit.
mad. I want a clean finish. I want
Okay.
a fucking technical wrestling match. You know, I just want I just want no shenanigans. I want a clean finish on this one. Next we have a triple threat for the tag team championships, the Raw tag team championships. We got RK Bro, Randy Orton, and Matt Riddle versus the Street Profits, and against Alpha Academy. Another random match. I think RK Bro win this one, and if they
I don't understand the RK Bro shit.
I don't understand it either. And if they don't win, hopefully this is where they break up and do something else.
I do want to take. You know what? I'll make a note of it right now, but let's keep going.
So hopefully they break up. I'm tired of seeing that shit. And then next, another match. Why is this one here? Johnny Knoxville from Jackass versus Sami Zayn. Why is this one here? I do not need to see this shit happen. Johnny Knoxville is not a pro wrestler, and Sami Zayn happens to be a really great wrestler.
Yeah, what the fuck? That okay? I would assume Sami should take the win. If he doesn't take a win for whatever stupid reason, this will be a big slap to his face.
I feel like Johnny Knoxville's gonna win.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I feel like if he wins, Sammy needs to go to AEW ASAP.
I would love to see both Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in AEW, but I feel like Johnny Knoxville's gonna win for some reason.
Why would he win though? What storyline are they pushing with this? Have they even been pushing a storyline? Because he was at the Royal Rumble.
I don't know, but Sami Zayn, they don't give that for the respect that he deserves, so I'm going with Johnny Knoxville. Although if I was booking it, I would put
You wouldn't
Sami
even have
Zayn.
fucking Knoxville
I
there to
wouldn't even
begin
have this
with.
match. Easily, look, easily. You going back to Saturday, you have McIntyre versus Corbin. No disrespect to Corbin, but I do not need to see that for wrestler at WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre, superstar. You have McIntyre wrestle Sami Zayn easily. You get two fools you don't need there, and you have a match.
Mhm.
And then look, another one, fucking, even better. You don't have McIntyre wrestle Sami Zayn. You have Drew McIntyre wrestle Bobby Lashley. Two beefy boys going at it. Who does not want to see that?
Who the
And
fuck
then,
is booking the WWE shit? Who books it? Is there a committee that books it?
yeah, it's like Vince
Committee of
McMahon.
dumbasses?
A lot of the writers are like they're not even fans of like pro wrestling. They were like
It doesn't sound like
they
are.
were like they were like on Fox or some shit like that, or they were like TV writers for a sitcom or some shit like that.
So not only do they not understand the source material of what the fuck, they probably don't have real history of watching this shit.
Yeah.
So they're just going off of whatever the fuck looks good.
Whatever looks good, whatever Vince McMahon likes.
So you think some dumbass intern was pushing for Logan Paul to get into that match to get into the WrestleMania card? I'm still not a fan of them splitting it up.
It kind of feels weird, even though I don't know why I don't feel happy about it, because it's just more wrestling.
Because it's trash wrestling.
That is true. It's because it's unnecessary. It's probably why I'm not.
This is how you would see it. If they had the same quality level of Dynamite for 2 nights in a row, banger.
Banger, hell yeah.
But they're not.
But it's not. Yeah.
Okay, then.
Immediately look.
I'm saying Sammy should take the dub just because for his career's
he
sake.
should.
But I'm going to say Sammy's taking the dub because I don't think they'll do that to him. But if they do it to him, I'm sorry. He doesn't deserve that. But okay, the main event. Unfortunately, the main event of 2 days.
You know what? It's the main event, but I feel like this take of Brock Lesnar against Roman Reigns is the most interesting and the most probably like well told fucking story between them. So I'm actually pretty intrigued to see how this one goes, but yeah, I'm a little fucking surprised that I'm not surprised actually that it's happening again. Hopefully this is the last one. It
Yeah,
seems like
this
it's
is-
gonna be the last one.
Yeah, to piggyback off of that, I think this is probably the best. They've had, what, 4 rivalries going on before?
I think
This is like their 4th attempt at a
I
rivalry?
think this is the first one. The fourth one. The first one was at WrestleMania 31.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins won that when he cashed in the
Mhm.
Money in the Bank. I think the second one was at WrestleMania 33. No, it wasn't that one. 34. And then they had another one like at a Saudi Arabia event, and then here we are.
Yeah,
I feel like
this
I'm
is number
missing
4.
other
It's probably like
ones.
number 4 already.
I'm missing another one. I think they had one like at SummerSlam as well. I'm missing some, but a match that we've seen plenty of times and has main evented WrestleMania previously. So, but I will say that this is, like I said earlier, this is the most entertaining or the most one that I'm actually intrigued by.
Yeah.
So hopefully this take of them is a banger. Hopefully they put up a good match. I think Roman Reigns walks out with all the gold.
I would hope that he does. See, that's the frustrating part about the whole riding towards this is that this is their 4th rivalry. This is their 4th basic. This is basically their 4th reincarnation of a rivalry, the 4th attempt at it. This is the best attempt at it, but why the fuck did we have to see 4 takes of this just to get to this? This probably should have been the first take. But then again, I guess I know that they were like finding their footing maybe, and they were trying to figure Roman Reigns' place in the business. I don't fucking know what the excuse would be, but the fact that this is 4 times already is already annoying. I did not give a fuck. Cool. Roman Reigns leaned into the heel shit because he got tired of being booed at the fucking crowds, and he fucking leaned into it and it fucking worked. Great. But who gives a fuck? Who
Exactly.
honestly gives a fuck? It's cool that this is going to be interesting to watch. You have the tribal chief and you have the animal, whatever the fuck he's going by nowadays. I don't even fucking know what his
Beast
nickname
incarnate.
is. Whatever the fuck he's going by. The fact you have these two going at it in their new personas or their new whatever the fuck personalities, this should have happened on the first try.
Yeah.
That's my thing. This should have just happened. The first time I
Well,
saw Roman, honestly, I felt like this. I felt like Shield should have been a heel from the get go, and it should have stayed heel.
here's one of the many problems with this shit. Is that at WrestleMania 31, when that fool won the Royal Rumble to go to WrestleMania 31, people booed the shit out of him at the Royal Rumble. They even booed The Rock because The Rock was in there holding his hand up high and shit. So they were booing the fuck out of both of them. When
Do
was
you
the
know
last time
how
you saw The
bad you
Rock?
have to be to
Yeah,
get the people's champ
yeah,
booed too?
yeah. So The Rock was getting booed, and so this fool went on to WrestleMania 31, main evented against Lesnar, and then Rollins cashed in the Money in the Bank. Rollins won. So the second time at WrestleMania 34, when it main evented WrestleMania for the second time, it seemed like okay, Vince McMahon just wants to give Roman Reigns his crowning moment over Brock Lesnar. At that WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar won. So it was like, why the fuck did we like? Vince McMahon was like, oh, I'm gonna swerve everyone, because everyone thinks that Roman Reigns is gonna win. It's like, bitch, we don't want to see Roman Reigns win. You like, and then this fool decides to fucking swerve us again.
Yeah, what's his big hard on for Big Samoan man?
So I don't know what it is. So yeah, this is the third time this match main events WrestleMania.
Okay, hold on. Let's say this is their first time meeting, and let's say it's still for the same stakes, which is both belts are on the line. But let's say this is their first match or their first big event. I don't know, their first time at a rivalry, not number 4. Would you still portray it as this storyline of whatever beast incarnate, whatever the fuck he's going by now, and the tribal chief, or would you have rewritten it differently?
Now this was good because Roman is a heel, Lesnar is a face. They've switched sides, so at least this is intriguing a little bit more than the other ones. But yeah, this has to be the last one. Has to be the last one, and I think Roman Reigns is walking away with the championship because if not, like it's key. It's like Roman Reigns never defeated that fool, so like this is putting the sword in that fool's chest and hopefully closing the book on both of these fools.
Yeah, I swear to God, if they go for a fifth rivalry, that's fucking it.
Yeah, fucking tired of
Um,
these fools.
but yeah, I guess those are the predictions. Or who do you think's gonna take it? Roman, right? Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
gonna
that'd be
be.
something if fucking the Usos and Roman lost. Damn.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but yeah, fucking Roman Reigns, dog. I think he's gonna walk away with everything. We'll see. He's gonna be in Texas.
What do you think is gonna happen on the KO show? Just a bunch of fucking bullshit talking, fucking someone getting stunned.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you lean into it. Like, of course, you have KO in the fucking ring, and then the glass shatters, big pop.
Mm.
Everyone goes crazy. Steve Austin walks to the ring, flips everyone off in the corners and shit. And
Mm.
then I don't know. Maybe they engage words for like 2 minutes, maybe share a beer, and then they get down for like 10 minutes, and then Stone Cold gives him the stunner. Stone Cold closes the show drinking 10 beers.
Mm.
It's most likely gonna be Broken Skull. It's probably gonna be the logger that he just launched, and
Oh,
that's probably gonna close the show.
I definitely don't give a shit about this.
WrestleMania definitely doesn't feel the same anymore. Like I remember as a kid, I couldn't fucking wait.
Oh yeah,
God damn it,
you couldn't wait
WrestleMania.
to watch it so you can. That's the first thing you talk about on Monday when you go into school. The first thing you do is go up to your homies and just fucking talk shit the whole day about it. That's probably the one thing you do. But
Yeah, there's only like three matches that I was looking forward to. The AJ Styles match with Edge. I guess the main event between fucking Ronda Rousey, no, not Ronda Rousey, Roman Reigns and Lesnar, and then Seth Rollins and potentially fucking Cody Rhodes. It has to be Cody Rhodes because if it's like Shane McMahon, I'm gonna be fucking mad. Like I'm sure everyone at the arena is gonna be mad. Like that shit's just gonna suck out all the energy if
how
it's not Cody Rhodes.
how old is too old? What do you think the age limit should be to wrestle?
Well, I don't know. If there should,
Wrestle effectively at that.
I don't know if there should be like a certain age, but it should be like on Fool's ability. Like it should be a test. Like, hey, fool, like come on, hang it
Like
up.
an assessment test?
Yeah.
Like, hey, fool, if you can't jump off a 5-foot ladder, you can't do this shit no more.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, I don't need to see Shane McMahon go fucking 20 minutes against Seth Rollins. Like, bro, you're a fucking millionaire. a 50-year-old millionaire. Like, why the fuck you're wrestling in the ring? Like, there's no story for that.
Yeah, I feel like, well, I would assume story will be the biggest factor into it. Like, is there a reason for these two to fight? That should be the number one question. Every time they step in the writer's room, the first question should be, why the fuck is any of this happening? And if you cannot answer why these wrestlers are fighting each other, then they shouldn't fight.
Yeah, I feel like that shit doesn't happen. That's the one question that they dismiss. They write apparently fucking Vince McMahon scratches Raw like every fucking hour. Like it's normal for him to just change shit like
On the go?
on the go and shit or like hours before the fucking show starts. So it's a mess, And like no wonder fucking people were leaving that shit and going to
When
AEW.
when was the last time you felt that the WWE was like at a peak? Obviously, everyone says the WWF was the best period of fucking the WWE, but aside from the obvious, aside from that, more in the modern day, the PG era, I guess. What do you think was probably when it was back when it was like on top?
I'm gonna go for a long time ago, like maybe like 2014, 2015, 2016,
Not too bad.
2017, 2018,
Around that time.
around that time. But here, because of a few factors, I want to give Seth Rollins a lot of credit. People don't give him the credit that he deserves as champion. I feel like Seth Rollins as the architect character was really intriguing when he backstabbed the Shield and
Mm.
joined the Authority and shit. And he said like I didn't sell out. I decided to buy in. I feel like that shit was genius. And then he won the Money in the Bank, uh, beat Lesnar and Roman at WrestleMania. Stole the spotlight from everyone. So I thought that was great. And then I enjoyed his run as a world champion. He had this thing with like J&J Security. I thought it was great. And then after that, you had Styles come in. Styles had a great run with the
Mhm.
world title. He had bangers with John Cena at SummerSlam. So Styles carries a product for a good while. And then he had Nakamura come in. He had like a little tiny run that was real good. And then after that, I don't really remember much.
Yeah, it just went downhill
It
after
goes into a blur. I stopped watching. Yeah.
that. The AJ Styles introduction was funny because, um, obviously like the jumbotron whatever the fuck was playing his shit, and then everyone screaming their heads, and I don't remember how they announced it. But do you remember how they worked it in? Like, oh, was he? What did they say? Like a best free agent on the sports entertainment market or some shit
Yeah.
like that. That's so
The
fucking
hottest
weird.
free agent in sports entertainment. Something like that.
That's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They acknowledged the IWGP Heavyweight Championship though, and that's like the New Japan Pro Wrestling World Title.
Mm.
Yeah. When he was walking to the ring, one of the commentators said like, "Oh yeah, IWGP champion, same as Brock Lesnar." So it's weird hearing them acknowledge the fucking world title of another promotion.
I hope that they acknowledge that shit to the point where they let other wrestlers compete. But who knows when that shit probably won't happen until Vince dies.
Shit, I mean, who knows? They had Mickey James on for Saudi Arabia. I think. I don't, was it Saudi Arabia? I don't know, but they had Mickey James on for some reason. And she walked in with
Wasn't it for the women's Royal Rumble?
was it for the Royal Rumble? Oh, it was for the Royal Rumble. Yeah, you're right. She entered the Royal Rumble wearing the
The
Impact's
TNA
world
belt.
title. Yeah.
But see, that's the thing that upsets me is like you're doing something interesting that a lot of people do want to see,
Hmm.
and that's cool that she did. But are we really gonna beat around the bush and pretend like we give a fuck about the women's like wrestling like that? We can like it and it's cool, but are you really gonna sit here right now and tell me that you don't want to see like somebody from AEW fucking go into the WWE Royal Rumble?
No, cause like WWE has
What if
this.
Darby Allin went in? You're not gonna tell me you would have been like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, that's how I feel about Cody going in. It's like, what the fuck?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's a AEW thing. I feel like it's just him. Just he's just going back. He left his job and he's going back to his old job.
But he's one of the founders of AEW.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
AEW wouldn't exist without Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that he's doing that, but
Hmm.
unless that's the storyline that they're actually trying to do right now, that they're gonna acknowledge that he's the founder of AEW and they're gonna try to work it in somehow. If they're doing that, that's fucking crazy. I'm on board with that.
I mean the publicity, the optics of it, of like, hey, we signed the fucking one of the executives of the rival promotion. Yeah, it looks pretty lit. But I don't know. I don't know how far they're gonna lean into it. Like I'm sure they're gonna
Yeah.
lean into it. I'm sure Cody's gonna. I'm really interested to hear what Cody has to say. Like the first promo he cuts in WWE, I'm really interested to hear that, and I'm sure he might. I'm sure he's gonna address why he's there and AEW and things like that. I think that's as far as they're gonna lean into it. After that, he's gonna focus on like Roman Reigns. I think Cody defeats Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns beats Lesnar and retains the world title. Unifies it supposedly.
Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly, and then Cody fucking beats Roman Reigns. Because
Wouldn't
who
it be the
else?
craziest? I mean, like I'm
Who
only
else is there
hoping.
to take the title off of Roman Reigns? The only guy to take the title off of Roman Reigns is Brock Lesnar, and he's the guy who he's fighting for the world title. You know what I mean? So like who else?
You think Cody Rhodes is gonna get a push for a belt?
He has to immediately become the world champion because if not you're uh, losing all of his momentum. Because I mean,
But
what
the
else?
WWE is known to do that.
Exactly. So I mean, what else are you gonna do? Have him fight fucking Happy Corbin?
Bro, they already have it happening. I don't even doubt that shit at this point.
You see me? So like,
You're making smart booking decisions. I expect them to do the opposite every time.
yeah, the smart thing is to have
Yeah.
have that happen. But yeah, WWE. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped the ball, which is why.
Vince is hearing this right now. He's like, damn, that makes too much sense. Let's not do that. Let's do everything else. Um, See, this is what I would do. I feel like Vince needs to fucking just swallow it already and just acknowledge other promotions. Let that, like, you already did it with Mickey James. Just fucking do it already at this point. And if you want to do it with people from TNA first, then do it. But if they're bringing Cody Rhodes in and that's the secret plan that they have under the fucking under the table right now, they're like, oh yeah, he's back, but he's the American Nightmare, and you're like, the fuck, that's his AEW name or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, it's like, and then I don't know, if to me, if I was a crazy madman, which I am, I would say, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do an AEW invasion of fucking WWE. I would just say, let's just go balls to the fucking wall at this point. Who gives a fuck anymore? Vince is fucking 80 years old on roids. Who gives a fuck? Just fucking go for it. But I'm just saying, you already broke that barrier with Mickey James. Whether people don't know that or not, you just broke that barrier. So they just busted a Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness shit, Spider-Man. They just broke a barrier technically. So I feel like they need to take advantage of that while it's still fresh on our minds to an extent.
Yeah.
And they need to if Cody can just acknowledge AEW, I think that's even opening another door that people may or may not realize.
Well, I think Sami Zayn has said AEW on.
He has, but was it like a CM Punk issue where he just decided a name dropping he wasn't supposed to, or was that part of the plan?
I'm sure. I'm sure it was green lit by. Like,
Oh, you think
everyone.
so?
Yeah. I'm
You
sure.
think Vince greenlit that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm sure it was green lit. But I don't even know what I was gonna say anymore. I think they just address it like the first week, with Cody being back from AEW, and then after that, he just goes on this huge run, becomes world champion, and then we'll see where he goes from there. But it is gonna be interesting seeing how they book him. It seems like to be treated in WWE, you either have to become a star somewhere else and then go into WWE,
Yeah.
or be one of their handpicked guys that they make in Florida and shit. Because like all these other guys who have potential, they come in and they do nothing with them. You get me? It seems like you have to fucking be a star like Cody Rhodes, like AJ Styles, for you to fucking have your respect. And and that's not even guaranteed because you have Shinsuke Nakamura, who was a star in Japan and came to WWE, and they dropped the ball with him.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
it's not always guaranteed. It's going to be interesting. It's one of the things why it's also interesting is because he's the first guy to jump ship from AEW to WWE. We've seen many guys go from WWE to AEW, like Jeff Hardy. I don't know if CM Punk is a good example because he had a long uh, break in between there. But guys like Rusev, who's now known as fuck, I'm sorry, Rusev. What's that fool's name? Miro. He's now Miro.
I like Rusev better.
Yeah, Rusev is sick. Um, you have some dude who used to be called Neville. He's in there now as Pac.
Oh, okay.
So so there's a lot of people who have jumped ship from WWE to AEW, but Cody Rhodes, out of all people, one of the founders, is the first guy to go from AEW to WWE. So,
The more we're talking about, the more I'm starting to think this has to be a ploy to incorporate AEW.
oh man, we'll see.
Because this is making too much sense now. Because, well, this, okay, the logic to make it work makes sense, and the fact that he's the co-founder, he is a founder of a rival promotion, and he decides to jump there. And wasn't his departure kind of out of the blue too?
Well, he said that he was tired of making chicken shit from. He said he was tired of making chicken salad from chicken shit, talking about his like Stardust character and shit. So he left because he said he wasn't being treated the way he felt he deserves, and
He wanted
rightfully
to go
so.
start his own shit.
I mean, and then so he left. He had this incredible run in the Indies where he created the American Nightmare character and eventually joined Bullet Club in Japan and then became part of the Elite and started AEW with the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Tony Khan. So I mean, it's pretty crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy that he's fucking going to WWE. I can't believe
That's
it.
what like now that you don't do you think that there's something more behind the scenes about it now, or you think it's just him going back to WWE?
I don't think it's a work. It'd be cool if it was a work, but I think it's too soon for a pro wrestling invasion angle. I think it's too soon. Even though there hasn't been one since like 2001, 2002 with WCW going to WWE, I feel like WWE dropped the ball so hard with that invasion angle that it's hard to think about an invasion without going back to that and just thinking of like that bitter taste. So I think you gotta let time pass before you do an invasion angle.
How much time has to pass?
I
What,
don't know.
20, 21 years?
Time will tell. Yeah, like another 20 years. I
I'll
don't
save it for another episode on like how you would work that type of angle.
I don't think pro wrestling fans want to see an invasion angle because we just went through a huge time period of WWE having a monopoly over the wrestling business, and I think having an invasion angle kind of implies that one has to go over the other. And right now, I just want to see AEW flourish. They are flourishing. I just want to see them grow and eventually have that WWE production level. And I hope more companies grow and grow too. So right now, I don't want to see an invasion. I just want to see everyone, including WWE, be successful and have banger stories, have banger matches. Just how we were talking about in the pre-show. I feel like I'm a fucking purist. And I just want to see everyone do good.
Hmm.
I don't want one company to go out of business over the other.
I don't think it's more of like that type of invasion where WWE is getting a monopoly on AEW. I'm seeing it more of we're letting them swim in each other's waters. We're gonna let them like kind of cross promote.
I don't know. WWE has been fucking stingy with their fucking toys.
Yeah,
Like I don't want to see. It's refreshing to see pro wrestling outside of WWE's arms and shit without their influence in it. So you know what I mean? Like if they do that, they're gonna be like, hey, we don't want violence because of our stockholders, of our sponsors. We don't want no. If we're okay, we'll lend you our guy, but no this, no that. You hear me? No blood or whatever. No cursing, no dick shots. WWE has this like set of rules, clean versions, quickie clean version, sports entertainment version of pro wrestling. You feel me?
So
And
what was
not,
the reason that Cody Rhodes left AEW?
he wanted more money, and he felt that AEW wasn't giving him the money that he deserved.
But that's his own company.
Yeah, but Tony Khan cashes the checks. That was the millionaire.
What the fuck?
He's a millionaire, billionaire backing it up.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He
He's
just
the
slammed
Jeff
that fool through a
Bezos.
table. Oh, that's funny. Um, I can see what you're saying because WWE is just too big that they don't need the extra room for it. But I don't know. I guess it's so weird to like really say it out loud that a former co-founder of AEW, the rival promotion, is now just signed with WWE. But I don't know. Maybe there is something more. Maybe that's not really something to it. Maybe he's just bringing a different persona to the WWE again, and he's gonna try his luck and see what happens. Um, so if Roman wins the belt, you think they're gonna have a push with Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see what else you do with Cody Rhodes. I would say you have him wrestle Triple H, but Triple H is retired, and he's got a fucking defibrillator in his body. So yeah, I think
So safe to say he's
I
probably
think-
done.
Yeah, I think there's zero chance of that for returning. I think there's like 10% of the chance of that for returning, but I think he's saying fuck.
Probably
that
return to
shit.
cut promos.
Oh yeah, yeah. He'll still cut promos, maybe take a bump here and there, but yeah, I think that's the last we saw of the game.
Makes sense. Um, so just to blast through these real quick. So we also know about the whole Masvidal arrest, fucking sucker punching Kobe Covington. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I don't believe in the whole like, oh, if you talk too much shit, you deserve to get beat up, or you're talking about family and all that. Like, just like sports entertainment, WWE, UFC is still entertainment at the end of the day. If you're not fucking, if you're if you're not adopting these almost face heel personas from time to time, not enough purists are gonna care enough to support the business.
Um,
The purists will, I'm sorry, the purists support the business, but it's not enough.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of layers in this Covington Masvidal shit. Um, I mean, the shit talking is part of it, but I feel like family is off limits. Like, I feel like there's enough shit talking with just like one food. Like, you can be like bitch ass food,
That's true.
no drip ass food, no swag having
That's
ass food,
true.
no bitches having ass food, little
Huh.
dick ass food,
Huh.
bald head, receding hairline ass food. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fucking shit. You don't gotta involve kids, especially. I feel like kids is a extremely sensitive topic, and I'm not even a fucking dad. So yeah, I mean, I feel like that's like a whole new
Hmm.
level. So I just feel like shit talking is all fun and games, but you know, like the family is not a UFC fighter, bro. You get me? You get me? Like they didn't sign up for it.
It helps sell the fight more, but yeah, you don't know what type of lines you're crossing, and
Yeah.
it's not like the infamous Oscars thing that just happened, where it's just
What?
like jokes
Oh
happening and
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Like these are two guys that are legitimately going to a competition to fight in a cage, and then you bring a family and say, like yeah, you're kind of if you're the
yeah,
type of person that wants to talk like that because you're gonna back it up, like then more power to you. But I think for the most part, if you don't need to go that route, then it makes sense not to go that route. But
yeah,
these guys, it's a grudge match as they were trying to sell it as and all that shit. So I expected nothing less than a lot of personal shit getting out there.
yeah. Talk shit, talk all the shit you want, but I feel like families are off limit. I'm not saying that Masvidal is justified in sucker punching that fool, but I just feel like there should be a limit into shit talking and not in what you can say, but into like the people you involve in. You
Mm,
feel me? Because
mm.
I don't know. I feel like that shit is just too not personal, but like they didn't sign up for it. You know, leave them out of it.
When wrestlers do promos like that and they bring in family, is it
Pro,
ever?
but pro wrestling is a little different because I feel like I can be like, hey, bro, I got this sick ass banger of a line about your mom. It's like,
But what if I tell you, hey, no, bro, that's off limits. I don't care if this is a promo. Like,
then I'll be like, if me as a pro wrestler, I would respect it.
oh, okay,
I'd be like for real. I'd be like, hey, but you had that line about my sister. Like, okay, what if I let you say the line about my sister, and I get to say the line about your mom? You feel me? That's what I would say. Or
yeah, you're gonna work it there.
I'd work here or whatever. This is just like an example, but I feel like in pro wrestling is different because it's a work. It's a work.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
Like,
in
what do you do
MMA,
in a situation where everyone kind of knows like to keep certain things off limits, and one wrestler's like, nah, like I really want to sell my character, like I'm trying to get that push or whatever the fuck, or I need the
well,
fan support, so
well,
I am
there
gonna
are
say
fools
this.
like that.
Yeah,
There,
that's why. So like in those situations, where is it just as bad, or do the wrestlers get away with it more because it's more of a showman business? Because like you said, the fighters don't need to talk about that.
I don't know. I feel like it depends on wrestler to wrestler.
Mm.
Because there have been some fools who like really talk shit in the ring. Like CM Punk told Triple H one time, like, hey, are you gonna beat me up? Like, or do you gotta go ask your wife permission
Yeah.
first?
Okay.
Like, I'm pretty sure he didn't run that shit by that fool. You know what I mean?
See, that's the interesting thing with the wrestlers is like you kind of it's better when you don't really know what's going to happen because you can kind of have a more honest reaction and you're really shooting it. I think it's cooler like
Not
that.
all of it should be like run through, but like if you and I are gonna have a segment, I don't like I said like I don't know if this is how it goes down, but I would go to you and be like, hey bro, like we're trying to sell our match for WrestleMania this
Hmm.
Sunday. Let's have that as the end goal, and so like uh, so I would say like all right, let's just make sure to push the match for Sunday. Mention that it's on Sunday, and like I'm gonna put you over. I'm gonna say like Dave is one hell of a guy, one hell of a competitor. There's no one I would rather be facing at WrestleMania because WrestleMania is like where you go through all your battles and where you overcome your battles. And Dave, even though as one heck of a battle he's gonna be, I'm gonna prove that I'm the better man. So he gave me like
And
we're
that's when I
we're
come in and I say, what?
so like we're kind of pushing the shit at you get me like even though I didn't tell you word for word what I was gonna say and the things I was talking about, but I said a general direction. He gave me like let's sell the match on Sunday. I think that's kind of like what goes down. I don't think fools really go like line for line unless it's like
No, yeah.
unless your mom just died last week and I'd be like, hey fool, like is it okay if I joke about your
Yeah.
mom?
Um, yeah, it's best when they're not super planned out, but there's a general like, hey, just follow my
There's a
lead, just
general
like let's
idea.
just bounce off each other.
Yeah.
But
Plus, it's not just you and me. There's like an agent that works under Vince McMahon or under the top guy, and then he has to green light everything too.
hmm. Well, excuse me. Well, that's the crippling factor to this is that when someone like Vince or the agent under has to, or these other people have too much power over what gets through,
Yeah.
you're not letting, whether you want to call them artists, performers, whatever, you're not letting them shine.
Hmm.
You're like trying to still relegate it and tell them how to shine. It's like no, like if you like honestly, if I were to go into WWE, if I were to go into UFC, I'm going to modify a Stone Cold persona. That will be my go-to right there. That I will personally want to incorporate somehow. I want to incorporate like a martial artist with a Stone Cold attitude. Personally, that's just I always thought that shit was cool. I always thought like fuck yeah, I'm a badass like super fighter guy, and then like no one can talk shit to me because I'm telling everyone, I'm fucking flipping them off. I'm fucking drinking beers on the stand. My go-to would be I'm not drinking beer in the ring. I'm gonna go into the stands. I'm gonna drink with the fucking people. Personally, that's
Let
what
me
I
say.
would do. Like I like every show that we're going, like we're in Dallas, I'm fucking grabbing beers, I'm drinking with the fucking fat redneck next to me. Then the next show I'm drinking in with the fucking other people that are on that side of the fucking state. Like to me that's what something I've always thought was pretty cool to get involved with the fans like that. And that's what I would adopt. But I would hope that I would only want to do it with someone that wants to do like that kind of wants to follow the rock. And I'm not saying that that's how everybody needs to do that. You just need to follow who proceeded before you. But my thing is like, when you see something work, I think you should take it and just improve on it. I'm sure there's things you could improve on The Rock. There's things you could improve on Stone Cold's fucking their characters or promos or shoots, whatever. And that's just my understanding. Is like, it's already there. The blueprint's there. Let me just modify the blueprint even more. Let me just add some more twists and turns to it. Let me just try to make it seem a little better than what it was before. That's just me personally, because I think to create a whole new persona is like, there's only so many personas that have existed. Like you're bound to end up looking like somebody else unintentionally, you know.
Yeah.
So why not just lean into it and fucking take someone's thing and just make it better, or like in your eyes try to make it better. Like I like the prize fighter gimmick KO has, but I mean he talks shit good. He talks shit good too, but I felt like him and Samoa Joe are almost like pretty close. They almost come off as these prize fighter guys, like they're just there to fight, but they're
Kind
not
of.
too weird into the whole world of wrestling. They're just like, I'm just here to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And Samoa Joe's good on the mic too. CM Punk's a fucking god on the mic, but I'm not. I've never was that big of a fan of seeing him wrestle all the time, and that's just me personally. Like when I was seeing him, I'm like, like it's cool, but it wasn't. I felt like it could have been more. That's just me personally, though. But then again, I have my preferences on like what I like to see a wrestler do. Like, I like to see a well balanced wrestler. I want to see someone that can still do high flying moves. That can be a brawler, can be a purist wrestler, fucking Olympic gold standard wrestler like fucking Kurt Angle, mixed with the Rock Stone Cold attitude,
Yeah.
mixed with the popularity of John Cena, like the super fucking wrestler basically.
Yeah.
But it's like it is what it is. But that's just the thing I would do. That's just what I would go for. And but yeah, the whole shit talking thing, the whole all that shit. It's just a thing of beauty watching them work themselves,
Yeah.
and just having Vince get the last say so, have these other guys get the last say so, and then we're talking about in the pre-show that these guys don't really even know source material like that. It's kind of like fuck these guys. Why the fuck are these guys writing it? Then they don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck's going on.
Exactly. Fuck those fools. But I don't know. Should you wrap this shit up?
Yeah, I was just gonna say let's leave it. Let's leave it on the. Let's talk about the infamous thing that everyone's talking about. Cause I mean I think we have mostly the same opinion. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say I think Will Smith's a bitch for what he did.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
not cool.
I think it's some cuckold shit. I think it's a I think it's a bitch move. You know, like it was a harmless joke. I know people are gonna say, "Well, she has this. She's a." Shut the fuck up. Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up. A joke's a joke. It could have been worse. I felt like he definitely could have gone worse.
Yeah.
Whether people want to say, "But she suffers from this. She suffers from that," it's like, bro.
Yeah, it
First of all,
sucks.
no.
It sucks that she suffers from that and
Yeah,
went crying into her fucking limousine on her way to her mansion
yeah. I'm
and
sure
cried
her
on her
fucking
king size bed on
exactly.
fucking.
I'm sure her 7 Lamborghinis are fucking
You
feeling
know,
her
I'm
pain
sure
too.
I'm sure her life is horrible.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
sure. I'm sure she's fucking. I'm sure that joke just ruined her whole fucking day. but but like, what the thing is too is like,
She's probably in her jacuzzi right now, crying about it.
yeah. I've said this before on the podcast a long time ago, and I'm gonna stick to it. And I will happily die on this hill. If you cannot laugh at yourself, you don't get to laugh at others.
Exactly.
I know for a fact Chris Rock was ripping out other people. Amy Schumer was even ripping out other people. If you're willing to laugh at that shit, you have to be willing to laugh at
Yeah.
yourself. If you can't laugh at yourself, you have no business laughing.
Like it sucks, you know. Like
Yeah, you got the butt end of the joke
yeah,
this
it
time, but you
sucks.
don't deserve to fucking have your simp ass husband go smack somebody.
Yeah. You don't like who the fuck you think you are to be like, hey, you can't make fun of me.
Yeah.
Like everyone.
Yeah, like fuck everybody else. You laugh at them,
I'm-
but you can't laugh at me.
Yeah.
Nah, I hate that shit.
Yeah. Like it sucks. It's not cool. It's not fun when you're the joke, but happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand how people are defending. Oh, well, where'd you defend your wife? I'm like, bro, my defense would have been first to talk shit back, and would
Well,
have
I
been
mean-
to like, that would have been me personally. Like, I
That-
would have just fired jokes back.
Plus, like that's like a stage. You feel me? Like, I feel like if you have a problem with it, fine. But the way he addressed it was wrong. Like, if you had a problem with it, if I would have talked to that from the side, like, yo, bro, I get it's a joke, but like,
Yeah.
you know, I feel like that shit was a little
And,
disrespectful. You know, like
exactly.
I would appreciate it if you didn't do jokes about that a little more. And I'm
Exactly.
sure Chris Rock would have been like, yo, like I didn't mean anything by it, because of course he didn't mean anything by it, and they probably would have shook hands and had shared a blunt. That would have been it.
Yeah.
This fool fucking decided to walk up there and fucking slap this
Yeah,
fool.
because fucking Jada probably asked what Tupac. She probably would have told him what Tupac would
That
have
fool
done.
was smiling at first too. Did you see
He
that
was
shit?
laughing.
Oh, and then until that bitch
Until
fucking
Jada
rolls
was
her
butthurt
eyes.
all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You know what's the worst part? Everyone's trying to put videos up now that apparently she said a long time ago when her shit started kicking in and her hair loss was happening that she didn't care about being bald. So I'm like, well, you didn't care, bitch. Why the fuck are you getting mad?
I saw a video too of Will Smith roasting some fool for being bald.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's okay until you're the fucking
Yeah.
butt end of the joke. Then all of a sudden it's offensive. And I can't stand
Plus,
shit like
fucking
that.
Chris Rock is a comedian. Like that's why he's there to fucking
Yeah.
roast people.
Oh, and they were trying to argue that there were people saying that apparently he didn't even write the jokes. He's just going off of what other writers wrote.
Then fuck it, you just doing his job.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck is wrong with that? But whatever, you know, like whatever. I personally think Will Smith's a bitch for that shit. That's a pussy ass move.
There just seems to be this fucking war on comedy. You know what I mean? Like
There's
you
a
can't-
war on like the freedom
you
to say
can't
whatever
joke
the
on
fuck
shit
you
about
want.
shit. Yeah.
And then my whole thing too is like, look, bro, that whole family aired out so much shit they did not need to tell the fucking public. So you can now start
That
getting
wasn't
mad when the
for
public
real.
makes jokes about it.
That wasn't very red table talk of him, you know.
No, it wasn't very love
That
positive.
wasn't very spiritual. Of that
Yeah,
fool,
it
you
wasn't
know?
very wasn't love positivity of him. And then the fact that he started crying after, he's like, all right, bro, like you cannot. Okay, first, how do you go up and smack a man and he still laughs it off?
Plus, he should have been kicked out.
Oh, you
Like-
think he should have?
Yeah, you don't do that shit if that happens anywhere else, you get kicked out. You can't just fucking.
Chris Rock should have just said fuck it. It should have just rushed his fucking table. That fool should have just like dove onto his
I
table.
thought Chris Rock handled it like a G. Chris Rock game.
No, he did. He handled it like a man and professionally.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. Like if someone makes you that mad, and you go and handle it with physicality like that, and he still laughs it off after you just slapped him in front of everyone, and he still tries to laugh, and he basically does laugh it off. You're not gonna tell me you don't feel like even more angry because you try to make a statement. He's just laughing now. Like I will probably be more heated at that point.
Yeah.
And then like he's starting to scream out, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!" And then his lips are all quivering and shaking. I'm like, "Oh my god, is this fool really about to start crying?" How did you go up and be the aggressor? Now you're crying. To me, that's just saying, okay, bro, like you're too emotional about something right now. Like something happened and now you're just over the edge. Like maybe Jada gave him that look. He's like, I'm tired of that look. That means you're gonna go fuck some other dude after the show, and I gotta go fucking redeem myself as a man.
I hope that fool got the best hit of his life that night.
The best head?
I hope so.
That fool did it.
But no, that fool probably got to talk.
That fool probably got 3 minutes of missionary with the lights on. At most.
Fucking Will Smith, dog. That shit makes me see that fool in a different kind of light. That fool, Jada Smith does not deserve that fool. We don't
Personally,
need Will Smith out here taking L's for her like that.
yeah, he shouldn't have been doing shit for her like that. Especially if she's been so open, red table talk of her to be like, oh, I don't care, this is fine. Like, I don't care about being bald and shit. Then Will had no reason to go up there. And she could have stopped Will. She could have gone up and grabbed him and be like, sit your ass down.
Oh, yeah.
And she did it.
Yeah.
So that's my thing too. Is like, bitch, you saw your husband going up there. Like, you could have stopped that shit. And where the fuck was security? Where
For
the fuck
real.
was the security? Is it just because they're rich that all of a sudden no one fucking acts stupid? I don't know. I think this shit was dumb.
That
I
rich
think
privilege, dog. That's what it is.
I think Will Smith is
Anybody
fucking-
else gets fucking arrested, charged, and shit. Hey, shout out to Chris Rock for not pressing charges. That's a real gangster.
right,
not pressing
and he didn't
charges.
press charges. It's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
You go smack a man. He laughs it off after you smack him, and he does it. They present him the opportunity to press charges, and he still chooses not to. Bro,
That's some gangster shit.
that's like, you don't bother me enough to press charges on you.
I gotta go see Chris Rock stand up now, cause
He's on tour apparently.
yeah, and I saw that the other shit. Like he sold more tickets after that fool got smacked.
Because they want to hear what he's gonna say. But hey, whatever. Shout out to Chris Rock. Fuck you, Will Smith. Fuck the Smith family. Fucking weirdos.
That shit was gotcha, bro. Yeah.
But whatever. Anyway, other than that, WrestleMania, we're gonna have our post. We'll have an episode after WrestleMania, that day or the following day or whatever the fuck, and then we'll just go over what happened and hopefully you guys can let us know how you feel. But other than that, my boy, not surprised. WrestleMania card looks more bland than I thought it would. It looks like some unseasoned chicken. Looks like it was chicken seasoned with salt and pepper, and that's it. That's how bland it looked.
I just can't believe I'm looking more forward to the next episode of Dynamite than I am to WrestleMania this weekend.
I mean,
But
hopefully they can get this shit going again, but whatever. We'll see.
fucking hit us up. Let us know what you think about the WrestleMania card and about this shit. We're on YouTube, Instagram, all of that shit. Hit
Yes,
us
sir.
up later on.